pain, etc. But the big fear, of course, is the fear of death. The fear of not existing anymore, this nothingness. So we're constantly moving away from feeling this nothingness, constantly moving towards focusing on us, constantly moving on producing a mask, and there are many masks. There's your societal mask, there's your family mask, there's your friendship mask, there's your business mask. They just go on forever. No mask. I am just who I am. So this fear, for me, is the door. It's the in-between state. And fear appears in three places. Let me explain. The first is physical. Nobody says you shouldn't be afraid. We need to exist. The next is psychological, which doesn't need to be there at all. And the third is spiritual fear. But let's leave the spiritual fear out of it and talk about the psychological fear. It's just value. Half the time we don't even know. Do I know that this lady dislikes me? I don't really know. I'm not in her head. Do I know that this lady loves me? I don't know. I'm not in her head. So we make assumptions, we put values on things, and we say, it isn't like that. It's like something else. Fear. Physical, we understand, we need to live, so it's the question of, hey, is this person a friend or a foe? Do I run? Do I fight? What do I do? Okay, that's okay. That's instinctive. Psychological. Do we really need this fear? We're going through a crisis in Greece at the moment. Most people are terrified. Do we need it? What's the difference? We have this party or we have that party, we have this government, we have another government. But we're run by people who are terribly afraid. What are they afraid of? Hey, I'm not going to be Prime Minister, or I'm not going to be a minister, or I'm not going to be this, I'm not going to be that. I don't have power. We were better off not knowing any of these things, surely. There are certain tribes, I've started reading your book you gave me, like the Aborigines, like the Maoris, like the Red Indians. They have societies well in advance of ours. But not us. Where's our value? Power, money. Do we really need that? I don't know. That's a question for everybody to answer for themselves. But the fear is there. The fear I'm not going to have enough money. The fear my business might fail. The fear that my painting is not going to work. The fear that my therapists are not going to be around. I'm not going to have anybody anymore. I'm not going to have enough money. I'm not going to have this. Why? We don't really need this fear. We can solve this planet's problems tomorrow. And of course, if we were able to do that, perhaps we'd solve the fear. But then, that, let's say, is a fear on an economic basis. But there are other fears. He, she doesn't love me. My child doesn't care for me, doesn't look after me. I'm old and no one talks to me. These are all fears. But if you're old, it means nothing. It just means you need to do something different. But no, we can't do it. I did it this way for years, and I'm going to carry on doing it this way for years.